Welcome one and all to the United Voice newscast. In tonight's headlines, MP for Chaguanas West, MP Jack Warner, writes Archbishop of Trinidad and Tobago Edward Gilbert on Commission's appointee Father Charles, and political leader's driver dying with cancer. In tonight's details, we see MP for Chaguanas West, Austin Jack Warner, wrote Archbishop Edward Gilbert, the Archbishop of Trinidad and Tobago, seeking answers to questions on canon law. In a response to Mr. Warner's letter, Archbishop Edward Gilbert wrote to Father Henry Charles, and Father Henry Charles has stepped down from his position as chairman of the Integrity Commission. Father Charles thanked Mr. Warner and many others for their views and wished the general public to know that he could not serve as the member of the Integrity Commission, far less the chairman, as this goes against all canon law held by the Roman Catholic Church. Mr. Warner, in his views, wrote to the Archbishop asking for answers, not only on canon law, but on the appointment of Father Henry Charles, stating that he had nothing against Father Charles and he knew Father Charles to be a man of virtue and a beacon of help, love, in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Warner sought only for the best interest of Trinidad and Tobago citizens in writing this letter. The response from Archbishop Edward Gilbert was very forthcoming and very forthright, thanked Mr. Warner for all that he had done, thanked him for his concerns. Once again, the only UNCA MP to stand up for integrity, besides Ramesh Lawrence Mirage and Winston Gypsy Peters, is Austin Jack Warner. And in other news tonight, a very heartbreaking story came to the desk of the United Voice this week, when we learned that the driver for political leader, Mr. Basil Pandey Ramesh, a man who has served the Pandeys for over 5 years, is dying with colon cancer. Ramesh served the political leader and his family 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, acting not only as their driver, but as bodyguard, confidant, and general helper. A man who gave his life to the Pandeys lies in bed, weakening, losing weight, and dying of colon cancer. What is even more disheartening is that to date, nobody from the Pandey family has sought to see Ramesh or to help him. However, in a brighter light, MPs for Chaguanas West and Tabaquite, Jack Warner, and Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj have both paid visits to Ramesh, have pledged their help and support, and have started to bring some views and some life to Ramesh. We do promise you here on The View that within the coming few days we will have a tape played for you that Ramesh has written to us and asked us to play on air to our viewers. It is unfortunately a taped discussion between himself and political leader Basil Pandey over his current condition. And when he explained his current condition to Mr. Pandey, he was summarily fired by the phone by Mr. Pandey. My brothers and sisters, this is the political leader of the UNC. This is where his heart is. A man who has served him was fired by phone after 5 years of service. And this is one of the reasons we at the United Voice have started the advocacy of change. We've joined the fight for change because our political leadership, our political directorship must take us into consideration. They are there to represent us. And before we go, I must say to Ramesh, may God be with you. We at the United Voice will do all that we can to support you for as long as you stay with us. You have brought us much joy over the years, and we thank you for this. We appeal to all the members of United Voice to get involved, to visit Ramesh, to call him, and to get involved in helping him and making his life a little better for as long as he's here with us. As I bid you farewell today, I wish all of you God's blessings, God's love. This is Gregory Reese for the United Voice.